And what about foreign aid, aid to Israel and aid to Ukraine?
Don't even get me started. So, enough for Ukraine. We give money to Israel. We need to take care of the people here in America. There are children starving. There are children that don't have proper clothing. They don't have enough with giving our money away. I don't want another one of my dollars going to another country, especially if they hate us, and they all seem to. They hate us because they ain't us. That's what I'm saying.
You look like somebody I've seen before.
Once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
I'm not going to be that guy that's like, screw every other country, but that's kind of where I'm leaning. Like, we got to worry about our people first. We got to. Like, the fact that we're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, why we gave, it was like $2,200 to each family after you boil it down to the people in Hawaii. It's ludicrous. They can't build a house from $2,200.
And what about aid for Israel?
The what? Oh gosh. I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, it's consistent with what you're talking about, like giving it.
Okay, well, I think if there's two people going at it, we should let them go at it. If somebody else jumps in, and it's kind of like they're getting bullied, and then we should step in. But until it escalates to more than just Israel and Hamas, I think we should stay out of it.
Like NHL rules, third man in. Yeah. There's a lot of money going to Israel right now. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of money going to Ukraine. How do you feel about that?
It needs to stop going to Ukraine. Israel needs help right now. They're our ally. Ukraine has gotten enough money. I think we need to cut it off. But we still need to help them somewhat because Putin just can't. He had no right to invade them. I mean, that was their own country.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, a lot of money is going to Israel. A lot of money is going to Ukraine. How do you feel about both of those?
I feel like we should support Israel 100%. Ukraine needed our help, but I think they've gotten enough.
What is it about Israel that you think should be supported 100%?
Well, first of all, Israel's part of NATO, and
Ukraine is not.
They have a right to exist. They have a right to defend themselves and to be who they are. And I just believe we should support them.
And let me ask you, sir.
I believe Ukraine and Israel and that whole mess over there is the beginning of World War III.
And you hold President Biden responsible for those?
100%.
Even though it was Putin who invaded Ukraine and it was Hamas that went into Israel at this time?
I'm a believer, and we never needed to get into that Ukraine crap. I firmly hold the belief that Ukraine has something on Biden, and they're milking him, and he's been bought. He is so corrupt, in my opinion, that the only reason why we're over there in Ukraine is because their president, he's got something on Biden, and we're going to find out, and there's going to be hell to pay.
The money that's going to Israel right now and to Ukraine, how do you feel about that?
I hate it. Excuse me. I don't understand why we're sending millions of dollars worth of equipment to Ukraine and Israel when our people here are struggling. The United States is like the World Bank to every other country but us. And I hate the fact our tax dollars are going overseas to help a country that doesn't need help.
Lastly, I want to ask you about the foreign aid to Israel and to Ukraine. How do you feel about that?
Israel, they're protected by God, and that type of stuff. So, Israel, yeah, they need help, but, don't help the bad side,
When you say the bad side, what's the bad side?
The people that are going after Israel, on the Gaza and that type of stuff,
What do you think about the foreign aid that we're giving to Ukraine and Israel?
Ukraine and Israel, I don't really think that either are defendable. I'm not a fan of any side, Russia, Ukraine, Palestine, or Israel. The President of the United States should focus on the country here at home more.
What about support for Ukraine and Israel? Where do you stand on that?
We're probably doing more than we need to. We're part of, plenty of, like the UN and other countries I don't feel like are doing their part compared to what we're doing. And I feel like we need to take a stand to say, hey, you guys need to be pitching in here too, right, not just solely on us.
Do you think we should be funding Ukraine and Israel?
Yes.